point the physical chemistry lecture CHP 110 chemical potential. We have to study the variation of chemical potential with temperature. Variation of chemical potential with temperature. As we last lecture we saw the chemical potential. What is chemical potential? Chemical potential is represented by symbol mu. Chemical potential of I component is represented by G1 Gi bar equal to variation of change in free energy with respect to change in addition of 1 mole of component at constant temperature, pressure and other number of moles except Ni. So this is chemical potential. Now chemical potential, if we see the total quantity, change in free energy, that is change in free energy on account of addition of the 1 mole of substance, then that change is nothing but chemical potential of that particular component. So chemical potential, so total quantity change in free energy can be calculated by this equation, delta G by delta P at constant temperature N1, N2, N3 into dP plus similarly change in free energy with respect to temperature at constant pressure N1, N2, N3 into dT. Similarly we can write for component first change in free energy on addition of component first dN1 at constant temperature, pressure N2, N3 etc. into dN1 plus similarly we can write for second component change in free energy for N2 at constant temperature, pressure N1, N3, N4 except N2 because we are making a change with respect to N2. Similarly we can write for number of components, or in general we can write for ith component change in free energy with respect to addition of I component at constant temperature, pressure N1, N2, N3 etc. except Ni into Dni. So this is about the chemical potential. Okay, change in free energy, total free energy. Now at constant number of moles, at constant N, if N is kept constant, then a number of moles kept constant. If number of moles kept constant, then dN1 change in first component must be 0 because the number of moles kept constant. dN2 equal to 0, number of moles kept constant. dN3 equal to 0. So and so on, because if all this term dN1 equal to 0, dN2 equal to 0, dN3 equal to 0, dN4 equal to 0, dNi equal to 0, so all these terms become 0. So dN1, dN2, dN3, so terms from dN1 all the terms becomes 0 and this equation reduces to dG equal to delta G by delta P at constant temperature, number of moles into dP plus delta G by delta T at constant pressure and number of moles here, N1, N2, N3, N4, all the number of moles kept constant here into dP and other quantities becomes 0. So this equation, writing equation number 1. Okay, one famous thermodynamic equation from thermodynamic equation. You have to remember these equations from thermodynamic equation. We know that dG equal to VdP minus SdT. dG equal to VdP minus SdT. From thermodynamic equation we can write this equation, call it equation number 1. Sorry, equation number 2. So by comparing equation 1 and 2, equation 1 and 2, if 1 and 2 compared, then what is the multiplier of dP can multiplier of dp is v. So v equal to this term, the multiplier of dt. Here multiplier of dt is minus s. So here this term equal to minus s. So from by comparing equation 1 and 2, we can write v equal to delta G by delta T at constant temperature and number of moles. Equation number 3. Similarly, we can write for this minus S equal to delta G by delta T at constant pressure and number of moles. So we obtain equation number 4. Okay. Now differentiating this equation number 4 with respect to I component Ni. So differentiating equation 4 with respect to Ni. When this equation differentiated with respect to Ni, then minus delta S by delta Ni. So differentiation of this left side equal to differentiation of this double differentiation, that is delta square G upon delta T with respect to delta Ni. Okay, so equation number 5 we obtain. Now from chemical potential, we can write what is chemical potential. Chemical potential is represented in this way: mu I equal to delta G by delta Ni at constant temperature, pressure and number of moles. Okay, so this equation represent chemical potential. Now differentiating this equation, called equation number 6, provide differentiating equation 6 with respect to temperature, because we want here variation of chemical potential. This is chemical potential of ith component. So variation of this chemical potential with temperature. So differentiating this equation with respect to temperature, so we will get variation of chemical potential with temperature. Now when this equation differentiated with respect to temperature, so delta mu I by delta T equal to, this is now double differentiated, delta square G upon delta T into delta Ni. So we get equation number 7. Now if you observe this equation number 7 and equation number 5, see here equation number 5, this equation number 5 is differentiated, equation number 4 differentiated with respect to Ni. We obtain equation number 5. What is this quantity? This quantity change in extensive property with respect to change in number of moles. What is this? This is partial molar quantity, and this partial molar quantity is minus SR bar. It is represented by this way. So partial molar quantity, this partial molar quantity represented. Now look at the equation number 5 and equation number 7. Equation number 5 and equation number 7, the right sides of both the equations are same. Delta square G upon delta T to delta N. So right sides of both equations are same. So we can correlate the left side. So I can write here the variation of chemical potential delta mu I by delta T equal to minus SI bar. So this equation represent variation of chemical potential. This equation represent variation of chemical potential with temperature. chemical potential mu with temperature. Variation of chemical potential with temperature. So this is the equation represent the variation of chemical potential with temperature. Okay, I'm repeating once again in short time. See, variation of chemical potential with temperature. The point is here. Now we know that the free energy, total free energy change can be represented in this way. So dA by G by dA by P at constant temperature into dP, dA by G by dA by T at constant pressure into number of moles into dt. Similarly, variation of free energy with first mole, first component, with second component, with third component, we can write for number of components. But when we kept n is equal to constant, or we say for closed system, there is no change in composition. If there is a no change in composition, then dN1 equal to 0, dN2 equal to 0, dN3 equal to 0. So from this, the equation number 1, we obtain equation number 1, because all these quantities from here are 0. dN1 equal to 0, dN2 equal to 0, dN3 equal to 0, dNi equal to 0. So the equation reduces to equation number 1. The above equation reduces to equation number 1. Now this equation, and from thermodynamic equation, this equation is a famous thermodynamic equation, dG equal to VdP minus SdT, equation number 2. But comparing equation number 1 and 2, when we compare equation number 1 and 2, then V equal to, we obtain dA by G by dA by P at constant temperature and number of moles. Here similarly, minus S equal to this equation number 4. Now this equation number 4 is differentiated with respect to Ni. We obtain equation number 5. That is, when this equation is differentiated with respect to this equation, when represented with respect to Ni, then we obtain this quantity. And this quantity is what? It is partial molar property, partial molar entropy here. So partial molar entropy represented by equation 5. And we know that chemical potential is for I component we can represent in this way, equation number 6. When this equation is differentiated with respect to temperature, we obtain equation number 7. The right side of equation number 5 and equation number 7 remains same, so we can correlate left sides. So we obtain this equation. So this equation represents variation of chemical potential with temperature. Variation of chemical potential with temperature. So variation represented by this equation, variation represented by temperature, chemical potential with temperature. Now we have to see the variation of chemical potential with pressure. Variation of chemical potential with pressure. Now see the equation. Variation of chemical potential with temperature. We know that the total change in free energy, when we add number of moles to this, the free energy change is represented in this way. Variation of free energy with pressure at constant temperature and number of moles into dP, plus variation of free energy with temperature at constant pressure and number of moles into dt, plus variation of free energy with first component, addition of first component at constant temperature, pressure and other number of moles kept constant into dN1, plus similarly variation of free energy with second component, addition of second component at constant temperature, pressure, number of moles. In the similar way we can write for number of components, general component I, the change in free energy with respect to change in number of moles, with respect to change in number of moles on account of addition of number of moles of I component into dNi. So we represent this equation for total free energy or total differential. Now at constant number of moles we can write this equation in the similar way. dG equal to dA by G by dA by P at constant temperature and number of moles into dP, plus similarly dA by G by dA by T at constant pressure and other number of moles into dt, equation number 1. As previously we obtained this equation number 1. Now this equation number 1, we obtain equation number 1. Now second, from thermodynamic equation. From thermodynamic equation, we know that what is thermodynamic equation? dG, value of dG obtained, VdP minus SdT. Equation number 2. By comparing equation number 1 and 2, we know that comparing equation 1 and 2. When we compare equation 1 and 2, then we obtain V equal to delta G by delta P at constant temperature, number of moles. Equation number 3, and minus S equal to delta G by delta T at constant pressure and number of moles. So we obtain value of V and value of minus S from equation number 1 and 2 by comparing equation number 1 and 2. Now at this stage we are now differentiating, and last time we differentiated the equation number 4. Now we have to differentiate this equation number 3. Differentiating equation number 3, equation 3 with respect to Ni. Equation 3 with respect to Ni. So when we differentiated this equation, delta V with respect to delta Ni equal to, here double differentiation, delta square G by delta P into delta Ni. Equation number 5 we obtain. Here this is what the change in extensive property with respect to change in number of moles of that particular component represents partial molar property. So it represents partial molar property. Here partial molar property is Vi bar, represented by this way. So this quantity is nothing but partial molar volume of I component. Now similarly we know that chemical potential is represented by this formula. So mu I equal to delta G by delta Ni at constant temperature, pressure and number of moles. Now when we differentiate this equation with respect to pressure, because we want here variation of chemical potential with pressure. So differentiating above equation, with respect to pressure. So we are differentiating this equation with respect to pressure. So that is what delta mu I with respect to delta P equal to double differentiation here delta square G upon delta P into delta Ni. Equation number 7. We obtain equation number 7. Now by comparing equation number from equation number 5 and 7. If you look at the equation number 5 and equation number 7, the right sides of both equations are equal, and that's why we can compare, we can correlate left side. So we write the variation of chemical potential with pressure equal to Vi bar, partial molar free. So partial molar volume is nothing but the change in free energy, with respect to pressure. So this equation represents variation of chemical potential with pressure. Variation of chemical potential mu with pressure. So in this way we can obtain the variation of chemical potential with temperature in the last equation, and here variation of chemical potential with pressure. So similar equation the starting equation is same for both the equations, and we can write the variations of with pressure and temperature.